We're live. Sweet. This Life in Tech, episode 7007, bitches. Tech evolution, the evolution of security, enterprise, products, the evolution of our thoughts. I'm Jason. My co-host is
Dan Ford, Net Secrets on Twitter, with the real Jay Pittman, because there's a whole lot of fake Jay Pittmans out there.
You're goddamn right there is, man. I had to specify.
That's right. And then, this Life in Tech, got our YouTube channel. We need to get 100 subscribers. We just found out to get a custom URL. Dude, I would have thought by now we would have at least 100 fans.
Yeah, man. Fuck you, Google. Really. Because you used to be able to just create a channel and create a name for it. And then you could like change it up to a couple times and then they locked you out or whatever, right? And now they have this stuff where that was loud. What are you opening up your
tape?
Your crack case? You're smoking
That's
rock?
Right. That's how. Yeah, get ready to smoke some rock. Me and my homies.
So now they changed it because we're doing this through. If you're watching this live, this is through Google Hangouts on air, and it auto generates the YouTube channel. That's a nice integration. I like that. And but when it creates the channel name, it just gives it like a randomized URL string. And it's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying when you want to tweet out that you're going live. Like, I don't want to type that shit. So we'll fix it later. I got some ideas. If you have some ideas, tweet Dan or I at NetSecrets, at the real Jay Pittman. Hit us up. I don't know about you, but I'm monitoring Twitter. So if you guys have something you want us to talk about, shoot me a message. If you're good, maybe we'll bring you in as a guest. I don't know. Or cute. Or really ugly. We'll make fun of you.
Like Howard Stern gets play, not because he looks good. We'll see. I have a feeling this sheet's not going to stay up here very long. Tape's already starting to fucking fall down, trying to block out the sun.
What kind of
That'll be great.
What kind of Mickey Mouse bullshit? Oh god damn! Man.
I'm telling you, it's just until we get a real banner in the back.
I don't know, dude. So what's up? We haven't talked in a week.
Yeah, I had this great kick-ass intro music for us. It was perfect. Some douchebag couldn't figure that shit out.
Man, what we may have to do is just switch over to fucking Ustream. It's maybe where we're headed. This is starting to grow. We have some fans, man. We're getting views. We're getting some subscribers. I'd like to see some more.
Yeah.
I got some good feedback. I think you did too on our show last week. We were talking about efficiency and productivity tips.
Yeah. I had someone tell me that they really enjoyed what we were talking about from productivity, but it made them feel like they had anxiety because of all the things that they're not doing now.
Well, look, man, do you want to?
I'm like, we are intense. There's a reason why we're intense, because this is what we do.
Well, it's a simple question. Do you want to live for your resume or do you want to live for your eulogy? I prefer living for my eulogy. Let mortal heroes sing my fame, motherfucker.
That's right.
Oh God,
that's how we go.
Are we ever gonna get to what we want to talk about today?
Yeah. So, this would probably fit right up Eric Cole's alley, right? Because everything he's talking about today is the same kind of shit that started in 1998. He just hasn't got out of 1998 yet.
Him and his haircut.
He's still talking. Yeah. It's now Eric's a nice guy. I think. I've met him. We worked together at McAfee, but the shit that he's talking right now on Twitter is kind of one of the reasons why we wanted to have this discussion. His ideas today are stuff that people were talking about in 1998. Worry about the insider threat. Yeah, we've been hearing that shit for what is it? If we started insider threat stuff in like the 1998, 2000, that's 16 to 18 years ago. Yes, we're aware there is an insider threat.
Well, I think when you and I started in the game, the idea was. And we were quickly evolving out of it. But the idea was at that time, at least for me, and it was on the West Coast, set up your single perimeter, put a big fat fucking firewall there, and just block shit. And if you're really pro, you block going outbound too, because you want to be a good neighbor. And that was the paradigm. And then we got this idea of deperimeterization and creating these concentric rings of security layers and defense in depth. You know, listen, man, it's not even 15 or 16 years. That shit's like 70 years old. If you go back to the original literature where the idea of defense in depth was discussed, that shit is like almost 80 years old. 80.
Well, longer. I mean, think about moats, castle walls. You know, demilitarized zones were. I mean, we put, you know, the security industry took on the nature of military. You know, DMZs, demilitarized zones. I mean, that's been going on for a long time. You know, a firewall is nothing more than a wall. We just, you know, why the hell we called it a firewall, I really don't know, but we're still doing the same thing. We just put in the technology. We have a moat. We've got bricks, mortar. You know, people started putting cannons. Though I don't think we were. They call that active defense.
Right.
I love all these. We should have been in marketing.
God damn it, I know, man. You know, and to a large degree, man, and this is where you and I diverge.
Gangster.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus Christ. Next thing you know,
I've been really on a gangster rap kick again recently. I don't know why. Because there's some things that we can't, you know, talk about. Our people who pay us quite a bit of money don't want us talking about things. But let's just say, you know, what made NWA famous is what's on my mind. I got to call it out like that. So I didn't really say it, but, you know, I said it.
I had a great thought. You just pissed all over it, dude. Yeah. Oh, here. I guess it dried out. I got it again.
Go Vaseline.
Yeah. Sometimes when you go ham, you got to go raw. So, you know, and this is where I think our backgrounds start to diverge a little bit. And especially, you know, maybe starting about 5-6 years ago, I started to think that this whole lineage of military thought, and like the perfect example of what you were talking about is Beaumaris Castle in Wales. And it still stands to this day. It has all its walls, and you can see the concentric rings, the way it was architected. It's very clear. And of course, you know, what fucked castles was gunpowder, because then the walls don't matter anymore. You just blast them down. Whether it's Lord of the Rings style with a giant fucking spiked bomb and an orc, or fucking cannons and howitzers rolling up on your hillside, whatever, right? So, you know, and we talked about this at DEF CON last year when we were at dinner with John. The idea that, you know, that this heritage or lineage stemming from military thought really, I think, contributes directly to the problems we have. It's not even close to stopping it, and it hasn't for fucking 70 or 80 years with our technology. And that's why you're always behind in that thinking of, I'll just build a wall and stop shit. No, it's not that it's flawed. It's that it's an inappropriate thought. What's appropriate is, let's treat it like we treat how we act as human beings with each other as a tribe, right? And that's just be one step ahead of your predator or your adversary, and just keep moving and move fast. And that's where you get into, and in that idea, I remember coming from Wynn Schwartall, with his, he had a book, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called Time-Based Security. You know, and that's where we were talking about always having that N+1 advantage. We know what we're doing. Our adversaries don't. So they have, as long as we force them to continually react, we're always going to be by default one step ahead. You just have to keep moving. You can't stop.
No, it's a good point. I mean, we evolve in enterprise security, we evolve in personal security, and the thing in terms of that aspect is, you know, sometimes we're moving because we want to put the enemy in a position to where they can't react, or we've caught them.
Right.
That was the whole notion of when we start getting into like honey nets and you know, different techniques of using with DNS, things like that. And that's why, you know, a lot of companies started focusing on DNS and the way in a way in which to catch the malicious code that was going on. We start seeing, you know, the notion of a DNS fast fluxing.
Right.
We know that they're changing the IPs on the back end to evade being caught, but that you need that DNS name in order to do it. And so we start blocking at a different level. And that's probably a good thing for us to kind of start off on with that enterprise security. And because we're still using these technologies today, and this shit doesn't work.
What, like antivirus?
Yeah. Think about antivirus. It is reactionary. That shit is already in your enterprise at that point. It's made it past those crappy ass Cisco ASA firewalls. It's made it past those piece of shit Juniper firewalls. I'm just gonna call them all out because we're gonna keep it real. There's only one good firewall, and McAfee killed that shit when they bought Secure Computing and the Sidewinder. That was the way it had to go. But it doesn't work because it's reactionary. You're only blocking what is already known. We prove this stuff all the time. Fuzzing malware. If there were heuristics, then when we fuzz malware, they would catch it because it's doing the exact same thing. I mean, all we have to do is fuzz the shit out of the malware, upload that piece of malware to VirusTotal, see who caught it. When people, if any of them catch it, keep fuzzing until it's 100%, non-detection, and then send it out. And this is what they keep doing. I mean, you could evolve. I mean, this is the whole evolving malware aspect, where every single time I'm going to change the signature, so your antivirus companies are not catching it, which is why they are evolving the good ones. This is why you see things like what CrowdStrike is doing, looking at it in a certain way. The guys over at Cylance, ZeroFox, machine learning, because they're not looking at things based on the signature. They're looking at it based on what it's really doing. And I think you're going to, hopefully this doesn't happen, but this has been my suspicion. Your McAfees, your Semantics of the world buy up these good companies because people want money, and they buy them and then kill that technology off. Well, yeah, you're not going to incorporate it in there.
No, McAfee did it with Enigma.
Yeah. So you get a company like this, like a Cylance, which is doing really well. I mean, ZeroFox, which is doing well. And then all of a sudden someone offers them, $1 billion, and you're like, I'll take that money. What does Symantec and McAfee do? And what's that fucking Russian's name? Eugene Kaspersky.
Yeah. Da.
I really do not like Kaspersky. The product. I don't know Eugene very well, or really at all. I met him once or twice, but I think their product is shit. This is my opinion. I hate antivirus software. I have been very clear on that for a long time. Even someone at McAfee, when I didn't have to work there, but I liked the paycheck that I was getting, but I was responsible for network security, and McAfee didn't have any network security. It all came from Secure Computing.
Well, and I think you touched on it a second ago, man. The reason it all sucks and the reason it's all just vaporware is because of the paradigm it's built upon. I mean, the basic philosophy is wrong. You're waiting for something. And listen, work with me here, right, people? This is the difference between, for instance, the basic physiological wiring between men and women. Okay, men.
Ooh.
Right. Wait, check this out. Men conduct themselves based on intent. Okay. Females tend to conduct themselves based on behavior, actual realized behavior. And that's one of the fundamental conflicts we have in communicating is the sexes, right? That's just basic psychology. Okay. It doesn't make it better or worse. Don't fucking put words in my mouth, people. Listen to what I'm saying. And that's the difference between that static military turn-based strategy approach of I'll put up defenses, whether they're active or passive, and I'll wait for something to happen, and then I'll do something different or not, right? And that shit clearly doesn't work. And that's the principle that antivirus is based on. When you look at this new generation of technology that you were talking about, like Cylance, CrowdStrike, et cetera, and part of it is the machine learning, that's a new paradigm. And that paradigm is based on exactly how we act as human beings, right? And it's based on intent and action, not reaction. It's based on if somebody is breathing heavy and their pupils are dilated and they have their fists clenched, they want to fight. Now, whether they're going to fight or not, right? We'll see how the adrenaline drops. But you see, right? And you can recognize that. You can recognize that. Yeah, misogynist. Go fuck yourself. I didn't think right? I did. Right? I mean, so we have this new paradigm now where yeah, and listen, we had an in-between state too. And I this was always wrong. And you've heard me argue with people about this before, where people were trying to dream up ways to make security systems like a human, or let's just say a mammalian, because they're pretty similar. Immune system. No, dummy. No, it's too micro. We need to stay macro. And that macro level is time, and it's intent, and it's behavior. And when you can observe those things and fluidly react, right? You stay flowy, if you follow me. Then you have something that can work. And that's why I think we're seeing the success of these products.
Yeah, and it concerns me that I think that the bigger fish out there are gonna, $1 billion to them is nothing. It's sad that we can think that way, but that's what if these companies get handed $1 billion and some of these founders can walk away with 50 million in their pocket. I mean, you hand me $50 million. I don't care how great my product is. I'm going to roll out. Deuces, I'm out. I'll see you in Belize. Well, I'll see you before you see me. Let's put it that way.
Well, I will say this, though. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you'll see what? You'll see
I was just going to.
Other than you're a misogynist, what are you going to say?
At least I'm something, right?
He's really not, but it is kind of funny because as soon as you start, because what's going to happen when certain people that we know that are real feminists, the ones that follow them are going to come out and be like, "Who are these clowns?" When we are all for the species and they cannot continue to evolve without both male and female. Period.
Well,
just can't.
Yeah, I mean,
and so we all have our strengths and weaknesses as a part of that species. And there's, this is the reason why, I have the kind of team that I have at Silent Circle. It's a, pretty good breakdown of, males and females because we all think differently. We come from some different experiences. So, but bringing it back to the.
Apparently we're going to talk about gender for a little bit.
Oh, I really don't want to talk about gender.
I do. I think it's
I know you do.
I think it's important, man. We just don't have we need some special guests for that. So if anybody's upset,
I'm going to try and get. I'll try and get Alyssa and Tara on because I think that they're both. They'll tell us what they think. They'll tell us how it is. I mean, they both have pretty popular books out right now. Yeah. That have to do with women in technology, this aspects of what happened with Gamergate. They'll and they're friends. They already know I'm an asshole, so it doesn't matter. They've called me that a couple of times.
They're nice
maybe
to
even
me,
today.
They're nice to me.
Well, I know. Look, this is just like what our legal said. They always knew that you were that you were nice, and I'm not because I'm evil incarnate, and you're a facade.
Different strokes for different folks, brother.
Yeah.
But it does. It makes me wonder, man. It makes me wonder. It's not going to be long before, if not to some degree. I mean, to some degree already, this is true. But what happens when it's 100% true that the adversary is automated and it's a machine, and it's learning and it's adapting. And the one thing a machine will always have over us is speed. So we might lose that N+1 advantage, right? What do we do then? What's the next evolution? If we've gone from defense in depth, concentric rings, castle, military type strategy to this new, and I think it's emerging, right? These products are mature. I'm not saying don't get them or they're not good. They're great. They're mature, but it's a new paradigm. It's a new philosophy of how to implement security. around intent and behavior rather than just reacting to a strategical move, right? So if we call that,
except McAfee products, not
well,
McAfee products, they're not good.
I mean, who the fuck uses it? I mean, you and I both used EPO when it first came out, and it was great. Well,
called HBSS,
right? Right? OPM? Are you down with OPP?
Probably. Definitely down with. I'm definitely not down with OPM and that bullshit letter I got in the mail.
Right. Well, you know, and you and I both, I think, probably used. I know we both used it, but I used EPO because it was the only thing that could centrally manage that shit. And at that point, it was still required because of the nature of the theater of operation, right? I mean, we're talking about the rise of NIMDA, the rise of fucking Code Red, and all that bullshit.
Zeus is still out.
Yeah.
That thing is still evolving.
Yeah. But that was the major threat when we first got in the game. That shit was the major threat, and it's not now. It's a minor fucking annoyance.
Yep, malware is not my concern overall. I mean, I was just having this conversation over at Capitol with someone going through the IRB, which just kills me with that aspect. That the IRB there is looking at anything that has anything to do with things that are not for what they're. It's like they're going beyond the scope of what they're of what the IRBs are supposed to be. You know, I won't talk about what the topics were or anything like that, but they were thinking old school still and don't understand the adversary. You can have the best antivirus ever created, but dude, if you're running Windows XP, you're fucked. You're fucked. That's just plain and simple, because we no longer have to write malware to take a look at what type of vulnerabilities might exist on a system. I mean, I can fingerprint your OS without having to do any of that.
Right.
And once I know that, I can just go to CVE details and go, here's a list of vulnerabilities. I don't even have to be good. I got the list of vulnerabilities. I go over to Metasploit, Community Edition, and it's, click to pwn.
Right.
And done.
Right.
No malware needed. I actually tell people, hey, well, I have not used antivirus software in years.
Yeah, no.
Years.
No, I haven't either, man. I haven't either. And it's not that I don't. It's not that I don't look at risky sites. If you follow me, right? It's just if anything, it's just a minor fucking annoyance.
Yeah.
I
don't run it now. I have it on my kids' system because they don't know the difference yet. But I'm not paying for it.
Right.
I'm getting free versions of stuff, and I'm like, look, every day, not every day, basically at least every other weekend when I have them with me. Danny's a lot better at it because he does it every day. He tells me he's got it scripted out. He's like, script out, check for new signatures, and he scans the system, while he's asleep. The little guy, on the other hand, every other weekend because he doesn't know, and I'm not sure which one of them gets lesser amount of malware. They both get plenty of amounts. I don't know what sites they're going to.
Well, you know what's interesting, man, and a thought just occurred to me. You talk about the evolution of security technology. It wasn't long ago, not long, right? Where if somebody said, hey, my system has suddenly started acting different, and one of the symptoms is it's dramatically slowed down. Your initial reaction was, well, you have some type of malware. Run this, run that, install this, whatever, right? Now, when somebody tells me that their machine slowed down, you know what my first fucking statement is? Uninstall your antivirus. No. Well, my first reaction is, why the fuck are you asking me? I don't work on help. I don't work on help desk. But then my second statement is, if you have antivirus, uninstall it.
That's not where I tend to go, because I ask them, what is it they're doing? Right? I mean, what are you doing? Is it surfing the internet? Well, it's probably because you've got a billion trackers that are on your system at this point. And so every time you open up, oh, you're using Internet Explorer? Well, go figure. Because Microsoft's tracking you with all of that. I mean, it's literally, I asked them, but antivirus, it's still taking up resources. But yeah, I mean, so if I'm like, all right, so this is happening when you're typing, on Microsoft Word. Yeah, it's probably that silly ass antivirus software that you got running on your computer.
Yeah, well, and that's
more than likely.
That's an interesting point in the evolution too. That static defense.
Well, that goes back to your point with time.
Yeah,
that goes back to your point in time.
Yeah,
what is it that you're doing at that particular time?
Right. And it kind of goes back to that in the beginning. The idea was, that perimeter, and you want to stop, primarily the concern was stopping shit from coming in. And that's what antivirus helped with, right? And I think you agree with me. My concern is the opposite directionally. I'm not worried about what's coming in. I'm worried about what's going out. And antivirus isn't going to help you with that. It's not going to.
But antivirus is the wrong paradigm as it is. You think about it. It's the only security technology that is default permit and deny by exception.
Right.
Everything else, your firewalls, everything like that, it's deny. Deny all, permit by exception. Antivirus, it's got to load, at least in memory, for it to figure it out, right? And then what? Looks for a signature.
Mm-hmm.
It looks for, it's supposed to, if it was truly heuristics, it would be looking for intent. But we know that doesn't happen.
Well, but because of the way it works, it can only see that intent after the intent has taken place. That's the problem. So is it really any better than a signature at that point? I would argue no. It's not. Nope. That's like saying I should block this punch after I've taken it in the fucking grill. Yeah.
Well, if it's me hitting you, yes.
That didn't help Jose Aldo.
No. I can't wait to see Conor McGregor, destroy Nick's little brother, because that's how he kept referring to him at that conference. That was great. Nick's little brother.
Dude, the one that took the fucking cake was you make gang signs with your right hand and you make balloon animals with your left. Oh fuck, that dude's so classic.
Oh God. Conor McGregor is, I know it's not really about tech, but we're both big MMA fans. Getting back with that aspect of antivirus, where this piece of, I mean, think about how many billions and billions of dollars they're making off the snake oil. I mean, we're all spending this, and a particular person that I used to work for would constantly get malware on their system. Dude's worth, I don't know how many hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm like, stop surfing, whatever it is, YouPorn, whatever, pay for your shit. The paid sites, you're not getting malware. You're not getting any of that kind of stuff on there because their shit's clean. They want you to keep coming back. So pay for it. You can afford it. Or, oh, hey, by the way, here's an iPad. Keep it updated, and you won't have to worry about it. Which gets to that point of people that keep trying to sell me antivirus for mobile devices. You don't need it. So I especially because it's all the sandboxing there. All I have to do on an Android device to make it to where you can't inspect my malicious file is set the do not backup flag on there. And antivirus doesn't even see it.
Well, and that kind of calls back to where you were making some of your first statements about your best friend, Eric Cole. In this concept of, I saw his tweet earlier this week, wasn't it? Where he said something about don't run as admin.
Oh, yeah, the guy said that to you. I was like,
yeah.
What?
Well,
we haven't had that since like XP.
Yeah, I mean, what modern operating system, whether it's mobile or PC, now runs as some administrator account by default? I don't know of one. You tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't use them all, right? But I have all the main ones, and I use them all. I don't.
No, they all make you put in the administrator password, basically, if you're going to make a modification to the system.
Right, which is a pseudo type.
Oh, maybe he's referring to using Kali Linux.
which it's a little ironic, but when you think about it, it has purpose because so much of that stuff does require root to craft the packets and all that shit. I mean, there's a better way around it eventually, but maybe, man, I don't know, maybe.
Right.
But so
Kali is like autopwn, and you run as the root. You don't, it's like you're already running as root. So of course, anything you do is done with those escalated privileges.
Right. Well, and it kind of makes me interested to study how are people getting malware. I mean, look, I'm open to the fact that I have some and I don't know it. It's possible, but the system I'm on right now, which I use every single day, and I've been using it for a long time, is acting the same way as it did before. There's no behavioral anomalies whatsoever, right?
Yeah.
So there's no behavioral signal to me that I have any condition on my system.
And on my Mac, I run Little Snitch.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm seeing. So if I had malware on my Mac, then I would wind up getting a log of the transmission, and I look at the stuff. So if it's something new, I mean, it tells me. On my Linux boxes, I'm running IP tables. And stuff that I tend to do on my Linux box, anything that's new is going into a GOAT system. I call it a GOAT because I'm killing it. It's going to be sacrificed after I'm done whatever I'm doing. So it just goes away.
What the fuck? Did you really sit down?
You're a pagan. You really know what it's about. You know all about sacrificing animals.
Can I explain something to you, brother?
Sure, go ahead.
As a species, well, I can't say that, man, because there's some backwards parts of the fucking world. Modern civilization stopped sacrificing animals like, I don't know, man, fucking 1000 AD. I mean, what are you talking about?
Well, I call it a goat because it's going to be sacrificed. It's going to be killed. It's just what I call them. Going back to those ancient days. Not a real live goat. But I know the system's going to be dead. So anything new that I'm doing, but I don't know what should be expected yet. I run it in this system, which is a clean VM that has nothing else running in it. Once I'm comfortable or I figured out whatever's going on, that system is killed, and I'm not. It goes away. So then I make another copy of the original system and move forward because I don't know what's going to be there yet.
Yeah, wait.
So either way,
I'm still stuck. I'm still stuck on this, man. How the fuck did you come to GOAT?
The GOAT part?
Yeah, how? Like the first thing that would pop into my mind. Wait, the first thing that would pop into my mind is like 18-year-old virgin.
Well, I was never into. Actually, so it was probably one of the first. When I was first doing reverse engineering stuff back in the day. That's just what they called the system that you were never going to keep, and so I just always kept the terminology.
Yeah, but virgin as a term is way more appropriate, man, because it's a virgin. So when you start, it's clean and pure, and then you sacrifice it to get rid of your own fucking dirtiness. I mean, that's the point.
Well, I was never into human sacrifice, only animals.
Well, see, you just weren't fucking heathen enough.
I just wasn't.
Anyway, man. Sorry, I was stuck on that. I'm like, how the fuck do you come to? Why not sheep? Or Santeria? Let's call it.
That's just what I call it. That's just what I call it. You can call your systems whatever you want to kill, whatever you want. This is just what I call mine.
Okay, thank you.
But again, in all these things, I'm monitoring what's going on, so that way I don't have a need for antivirus. It's antiquated, and I'm never running as root. I don't know anyone today that is running as root or admin, whatever you want to call it. So it's funny because he calls it admin. So I think he's just purely a Windows user.
I would guess.
Yeah. Like our buddy Death Star. I think he loves Windows. I know he's watching live right now. He did a good job guest speaking for my class today.
Yeah, I was going to ask
he
how
was
to
kind
go.
of nervous. Yeah, it went good. He did a good job. He was a little nervous. He was wondering if he was going to have to put himself on camera. I'm like, no, dude, you'll probably crash Capital's network.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, because I mean, if you put on live streaming on there,
It crushes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried it a couple times. And
he just IM'd me. Oh, he better be careful. We'll invite him over here real quick.
I was gonna say, give me
an
an email address, man. I'll bring him in.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Yeah,
don't be scared, homie.
Don't be shy. Come on, Death Star.
You want to throw down?
This is right up your alley. You don't like antivirus. So yeah, but other than antivirus, I mean, think about firewalls today. Outside of the default deny stuff, we started off with regular packet filtering on routers. Then we decided we needed a dedicated system. And then they moved to stateful. And they realized that you could just blow through stateful firewalls because that's not the way of technology today. Then you started getting into proxy-based firewalls, which is where Sidewinder really shined. You had other companies like CyberGuard, the Raptor firewall, Borderware, and they all were in that proxy space, and they kind of went by the wayside. The last one was Sidewinder, and McAfee bought that and decided they wanted to compete with Palo Alto Networks.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what's surprising to me. Checkpoint is still around. They're still primarily stateful. I mean, they can say whatever they want. What are they calling it? App intelligence, whatever they want to do. They just added like snort signatures to their shit. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more advanced than that, but that's really all it's doing. But they're like 20 years in a row, Gartner Magic Quadrant as #1. So I got to read what Brandon just said.
It's all right, man.
Good old Shadow DXS. This shit is funny. Well, after he told me to go fuck myself, which is not uncommon for him to do, he's not scared of getting on Hangouts. I'm not your deputy. I won't call out his name. He said, he used his real name. I'm not your deputy. I'm not scared of cameras.
Is this Mr. Schnizzle?
Yeah. Or is it Schnizzle or Schnoz? I don't know which one it was, but that's what he was saying. I'm not scared of open water, and I'm not scared of Google Hangouts.
Come on, man. We're live right now. You're more than welcome to come on. I don't have any messages. Send me your email. I'll send the invite.
You ready? I'll give it to you.
Bunch of bitches. Oh, you want me to invite him?
I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he puts his money where his mouth is.
All right, man.
Hold on. I got to get you his email address.
Yeah, no worries. But in the meantime, while you're doing that, yeah, the evolutions of firewalls, and let's just lump in IDS too. I understand people technically the way they operate. I know they're not the same, but the use of the technology.
Do you though? Do you really?
No, I'm just making it up. Has evolved kind of in lockstep, and by that, I don't think those technologies have really evolved too much. I mean,
I don't think they have either.
When was the last real innovation in firewalling or IDS IPS? I don't know, man. 10 years ago.
Easily 10 years ago.
And in my perspective, that last innovation was let's put both of those on dedicated ASICs and put them in the same chassis. Yay.
Yeah, basically. That's basically it. See if we can. We'll go ahead and add him into this.
Yeah, I can add him. Who am I adding?
I just got it. I'm getting on here right now. Let's see. I think he just has it as Shadow DXS. Brandon, I know you're listening. What is it? Shadow DXS at Gmail? Is that what you have it as?
Yeah, he gave it to me.
Okay.
Oh, there it went. Invite sent. Come on now.
Yep, Shadow DXS at Gmail. There we go.
Yeah, I already sent the invite to him. Sweet. Our first fucking guest. What? Man, you know who I want to talk to, dude? I want to talk to Martin.
Who's that?
I want to talk to Martin Shkreli, and I don't want to talk
Yeah.
to him. I don't want to talk to him about pharmaceuticals in the
Yes, you
drug
do.
thing, and I don't want to talk to him about Congress. I'm 100% behind him, and I agree with him 100%. What I want his insights on, especially because of his peer group, is his views on technology in trading, right? And his views on technology in the innovation of biotech. That's what I want to talk to that guy about.
Said he didn't get it.
The fuck does he know how to check his email?
Probably not.
Jesus Christ. Do it again. It probably went into his fucking spam.
Yeah, probably. Well, I know you're working on trying to get him on the show.
I've been sending tweets to the guy, man, but I mean, he's getting fucking bombarded. His live streams are fucking entertaining, dude.
They're hilarious.
Well, he has an interesting character he plays.
I mean,
and then
I don't mean funny, haha. But
I do.
I do laugh.
Yeah. He plays this character, man, and he's playing it perfectly, and it's hilarious to me. But when he breaks it down as Martin, and he talks about the work itself, it's fascinating.
Holy shit! Oh,
One second, I'm trying to figure out my audio issue here.
Holy fucking hell!
oh my gosh, my eyes!
Gotta load up Pulse Audio real quick.
Oh, that's better. That's better already.
That's not a planet, dude. That's a fully functioning battle station.
Pulse Audio. What are you on, Ubuntu or Arch?
All right, I tell you what. Let me get do this on my phone real quick.
I think you should fire this guy.
He wants to come on with his phone.
Yeah,
He's worried that we're hacking him.
I heard him. I don't think he could hear us. While I'm at it, should I invite fucking Ian?
No, he won't show up.
I know. I just want to send it.
He doesn't have a luchador mask.
I'm gonna send it. Fuck it. What email should I send it to?
Oh, I don't even know if he has a. Oh, he probably doesn't have a Gmail account. So,
fucking bitch.
And you know he won't click on it. He won't click on a link that either of us sent him.
Right,
yeah, if yeah, I can hear you fine, brother.
All right,
yeah, and we can see you.
I told you I look like shit, man.
I'd kiss you.
So, Death Star. We're talking about the evolution of enterprise security stuff coming on. You know, I know you were listening in there a little bit. We were slamming antivirus software. Yeah, do you use antivirus software?
I personally do not. I haven't used antivirus since 2006.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about the other people in your Dominion?
No, nobody in this house uses AV. If there ever comes a problem that rises up, we just format the motherfucker and just torch whatever files are infected.
Yep. Go to orbit and nuke it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, we just don't see a. But this, not that I see that. There's definitely. I don't feel like there's a need, but not just that. Think about how many billions of dollars these companies are making off of snake oil.
Oh yeah, especially ones revolving around mobile apps or mobile antivirus. Like, there's a company that starts with the letter Z in particular that I won't name, but they've been giving me the runaround for about a year and a half now with their products. They still refuse to give me a private demonstration, or not a demonstration, but the opportunity to evaluate their software and test it in an environment that would be identical to the one that they posted a video on.
Of course not.
That sounds like the gauntlet's being thrown down.
I definitely am very irritated with that company, to say the least, but they're not the only ones that are pushing this snake oil, as Dan said. A lot of companies have been rolling out this fake antivirus for Android and even iOS now. However, Apple pulls whatever company goes, hey, look at our stuff. So at least Apple's got that going on for them. But as far as Android goes, you can search up antivirus in the Play Store and just you're riddled with a plethora of crap everywhere you look.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lookout. I don't think anything that they're doing is very good. I tell you, companies that I think are doing a pretty decent job on the Android side, App Authority. That's because their stuff doesn't run native on the device. And they're not necessarily looking for malicious software. They're really in a lot of ways, it's just telling you if the stuff is fake. Like Samsung wished they would have had this about this time last year when they were shipping on all their devices that the phony Netflix app. You know, they would have known because the APKs didn't match. But they're also not running on the device. Yeah, sure. They're not running on the device, so they're running it in their own instance. They say, hey, what's the name of the APK? What's the hash of it? They look up to see if they have it. They tell you, hey, they say they're not doing geolocation, but did you know they're still tracking you by your IP address? That this is where they're sharing their data from, or not from, to. So I like those kind of things because they're not taking it from a malware perspective. They're going, hey, are you sure you really want this kind of app on your phone that they say they're not doing X, but they really are?
Well, you know, I can't
remember which app was found that they took that. So like it wasn't Facebook per se, but so Facebook had access to your address book. They said they weren't accessing your address book because they were just calling Facebook, and no one knew. I don't remember which app they found that did that. I'll have to ask them. I'll see Domingo at RSA and I'll ask them.
Well, you know, I don't know how many people realize that for a long time, Solaris, the operating system Solaris, had that ability to check all of its own binaries, fingerprints, against a known whitelist. And that was in that operating system for a fucking long time, man. And it's so simple to do. Forget about digital signatures.
Commonplace with a lot of distributions.
Yeah, well, and it makes sense because forget about digital signatures. We've seen how, especially if you don't PIN correctly, that can be forged, faked, bypassed. It doesn't fucking matter. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at what happened to Mint. I was just gonna say, look at what just happened to Mint. And that digital signature isn't based on hash.
What is he doing?
What's wrong with
what are you
What's
doing?
wrong with my camera?
Oh my gosh!
Hold on.
Oh fuck.
Dude, I don't know what you're doing, but whoa!
What the shit was that?
Holy shit, man!
I went to go cover my mouth for a second.
That gave me Nom flashbacks.
What, do you got a hairy bear story to tell there, buddy?
Oh, dude, I don't. Well, after what you were just doing.
He's talking to you, Dan.
I don't know. Wow.
That was fucking lame. I'll never live that one down. Thanks, Google. Appreciate it.
God damn, man.
And guess what? This is being done. This is it on the internet for.
I know it's being recorded. They're gonna see that forever. And watch the most reviewed tech talk you guys have had.
Yeah, there'll be some people. There'll be some people here that'll be making fun of you. A lot. Pilgrim will probably get on here pretty soon.
Oh God.
What's your boy? The tiny ninja. He'll be out there messing with you.
Oh yeah. If they see that, I'm done. I'm done. And you're gonna make sure they see it, you dick.
Oh.
Dan
why
would
ever do something like that?
I'm scared to turn the camera back on now.
Some people should not have said that I was like a hobbit with mange. I'm just saying.
Dude, my girlfriend didn't even realize how short you were until she saw a few videos. I mean, she saw you face to face, but now she's under the impression you were wearing heels. I'm 6'1", you midget.
Yeah, okay, I got it. You're taller than I am, but you're also like 10 times the size of me wide also.
Which makes you pocket-sized. So, no matter how you go about this, you're still a hobbit.
That's
Wait,
all right, we're going to see.
So, if Dan is pocket-sized, is he a hobbit or a fleshlight?
Yes.
Fuck both of you.
Oh my God, how the fuck did we get onto this topic again?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, hell, last time you guys were talking about MMA and jerking off, so I guess that kind of goes along with the subject line.
What? Last time? This was this time. We were just talking about a little bit ago.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, what are you, dude? What are you? Are you getting any? Are you like on hallucinogens or any other type of mind-altering drugs that we should know about?
I wish.
You wish. I mean,
I've
you're
been
in
sober.
Arizona. You can probably get that shit very easily.
No, I stay off of that stuff. I have a job now.
Are you sure?
For now.
Let's see how the rest of this fucking podcast goes.
No, I don't mess with that crap anymore. That was a long time ago.
Hey, what minute mark are we on? I gotta let these people know.
Dude, I don't know, man. I got 20 after 11. We've been on for what? Like
No, I'm talking. No, what you don't happen. It doesn't happen to put where we are in the actual how long we've been broadcasting.
Oh no, like the duration? No, it doesn't.
All right, he does something weird at like the hour mark.
Yeah, it was probably about 50 minutes when we had the. Oh,
That's what I get for installing an experimental ROM on my phone. But hey.
Yeah.
Boom! There we go.
Yes.
I'll be sure to retweet it.
Oh yeah, it's there now.
Who the fuck just got mail?
That was me. I've got a company-issued MacBook that I have to use.
It's true. And his iPhone.
Dan flat out made me have this thing. I mean, like literally before I even got hired on, he said, "You've got two options: either a MacBook or a MacBook." And I just
that's what we give all the junior people.
That's okay. It looks pretty, especially when
and the
it's running
juniors also
Arch
get
on it.
iPhones. All the junior level people get iPhones.
You know, where is it? I got my iPhone right here.
This is turning into a fucking train wreck.
Oh, yeah, but that's all right. It's great. All right, so back to our enterprise security. Brandon, you haven't been in the game too long since you're only like 23.
26.
26, 23. You're a young buck, so you haven't seen a whole lot evolve. But in your short time in the industry, what have you seen evolve over the? Because you've still been working in the industry for a little while. You were in college, you get trained on some stuff. What have you seen change?
I've seen. I used to work with my dad a lot when he was working with Sony, Ericsson, and GTE before they became Verizon Wireless. And back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I watched a lot of corporations rely heavily on antivirus and enterprise security based around antivirus solutions. However, when I started to get into the workforce, whether it was through contracts or actually working at an unnamed hospital, I I started to watch them because they were still on Windows platforms. They would focus more towards an SCCM or overall management solution that was based around one computer or one group of servers, I should say, monitoring what software did go in and out and then just lock down everything else. So it would seem that despite the fact that they do still have some level of antivirus present in order to make sure that whatever does happen to slip past the cracks does get caught, they're still trying to control it from a handful of servers that they monitor.
Yeah, it's funny, filling out like insurance information for Silent Circle, they ask if we have a widely deployed antivirus solution. And I'm like, it doesn't protect anything, but it's a compliance piece. That compliance piece gets you. Compliance is not security.
You should have just written in that box, Mac OS.
I did kind of say something like that, but I did have a snarky comment. There was a snarky comment in there for them, but
I mean, that's what the fucking commercial. That's what the commercials tell us, right?
That's true.
Hey, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a doctor.
Ditto. We don't know what Brandon is because he's not a doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor. No. My opinion isn't as amazing as y'all's.
Say it. Go on. Exactly.
I know how to play kiss ass.
I take Tawny's opinion over yours anyway, Brandon, so it doesn't matter.
Well, she does have a higher degree than I do, so I guess that matters somewhere.
Not much. None of it really matters. Anyway, all right. We got anything else on enterprise security we want to talk about? I mean, we've pretty much slammed everything. We talked about Brandon. Brandon really does like Eric Cole. He got a lot out of his tweets. He told me.
Yeah, I got Dane Bramage out of those tweets. Thanks a lot. Like, I mean, being on Twitter for past 7 years, I have seen and read just a armada of stupid shit. But not once in my entire life have I ever read some Gregory D. Evans looking shit like this.
Oh, that's at Derek. Actually, his Twitter name is Dr. Dr. Eric Cole. I mean, I would advise not going there.
I would, if you want to get out of work for a week saying that you have brain cancer.
Oh shit, man!
All right, so
this is turning into a hell of a comedy podcast, man. I gotta tell you, this really fucking sets my weekend. This sets my weekend on the right fucking rails.
And all this time, people thought security geeks didn't have a sense of humor.
Oh, horse shit!
They don't know what they're missing.
Yep. Oh my god.
Oh no, he donned the hoodie. Congratulations, you officially look like a hacker now.
Now you just need to drive a Ford Focus with a fucking bolt-on spoiler.
I will never. I have never owned a Ford car, and I don't plan on it.
Yeah, you'd rather get one of those fancy little hybrids.
Drive German,
because that's how I roll.
Drive German, kiss French.
Yep. I prefer Australian.
What the fuck does Australia make except Venom?
Oh, no. You said drive German, kiss French. I prefer Australian.
Goats?
Instead of kissing French, kissing Australian.
No, it's like a French kiss. It's like a French kiss, but it's down under.
Even Shadow gets it.
But
this is probably those podcasts just went R-rated.
I for the record, whoever's watching this that may employ me in the future, I have no idea who the fuck these two people are.
That hurts, Mr. Pittman. I'm gonna have to uninvite you from my birthday party now.
No, it's Dr. Jason M. Pittman.
Oh, right.
Oh my fucking god! I think we're done.
Woo. Yep, I think so. Episode 7 in the books. The evolution of enterprise security. Antivirus still sucks. 3 of us all agree.
Yeah. Yeah, and combined, I think we have a lot of gravitas on the situation.
And that we really haven't evolved very much in enterprise security. It's still basically the same things, and we wonder why the amount of exfiltration of data continues to occur. Because we haven't evolved as organizations. We keep just doing the same things over and over again. Yeah,
and clearly a high enough percentage are still stuck in that military castle defense mode. Let me just build some walls. Yeah, let's see how that works for the fucking rats. You dumb fucks, you still got the Black Death.
Yep. Alright, episode 7, I think we're done. Catch you all next Friday around the same time.
Same time, same place. I'd like to thank our sponsors. We don't have any yet. If you want to sponsor this podcast, fucking DM one of us, email one of us. Recognize.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, star. Thanks for coming out.
Yep, not a problem. Anytime, man.
Thanks, Brandon.
Later.
Yep. Later, guys.
See you guys.
Later, everybody.